if you're if your head's swimming a bit, you've probably got water on the brain. So this is what you need: a tap on the head. Not one of those taps like that, but one of these. There's quite a number of jokey taps around, and I've got 3 of these, but they're increasing complexity. That's the first one. It's just the shape of a tap and nothing else. It doesn't do anything. So it's probably space to put something in there, water or something. But anyway, and because the actual sucker has long since decayed, I've had to put Blu Tack there to hold it to my head. Bit of fun there. The next generation that came up was a little more advanced. Again, I've had to put Blu Tack there because it's decayed. And this one here fits in the head. And the other's a soft plastic. This is a hard plastic, and it means that you can actually turn the fork. You can turn the tap wheel, which makes it a little more realistic. Funny enough, my memory of this before I dug it out of the case was there was a motor in it, a little clockwork motor, which they can easily do. So as you do it, it does that, a bit of movement, which is very nice, isn't it? The third one is a bit elaborate, but I must show this because it's just quite the West, and it's a bit mucky too. This is made by Fish Love of America, and my goodness, this is a clever idea. Let's see if we can actually get this to work, because it does actually hold real liquid. Extraordinary. Well, I'll put some water in there. We'll see what that does. I could try it on the head. But, oh, yes, all right. We'll try it on the head just for a bit of fun. I've never done it like this. I think I'll have to hold it, though, and then turn it. So that could be whiskey, that could be gin, that could be a wine, whatever you like. It holds about 2 fluid ounces of water in it. Extraordinary. I must show this to people in Nuremberg who are from the Far East are looking for new things. And that's not new, but it's an old toy, but it's not been available for about 35, 40 years now. And it's by far the most advanced and most interesting of all the jokey tap toys, I think. It actually holds liquid, and when it's new, it just sat on my head because it had a nice new sucker on it. It sits on the head. When you turn it, out comes whiskey, water, gin. Red wine's nice because it's a nice colour, or some sherry or something like that. And they put it in a little glass. A little more sensible idea, again, this is a bit of water, but this is one here, which is not a joke one. It doesn't go on the head. It actually goes in a bottle like that. It's really quite nice, this. So let's have a go. I'll just put it on here and pour the water into my thing. So I think I've seen these sort of things sometimes in bars as well. So when you want some water, oops, they put that like that. Now when we turn the tap, there we are. Oops, it's quite clever because you see that the air has to go back into it, otherwise it forms a vacuum and won't perform. So there's a little pipe there which is letting air go back in to allow the liquid to escape without getting trapped in with the atmosphere holding it. So that's really quite a nice idea, that. And I think I might try it on a bottle. Oops, it come out. Yes, it kind of come out. Yeah, there's the way it works. So that's the air hole which allows the air to go back in again. Clever stuff, that. The last item is the oldest one and probably the cleverest of the lot because it's so simple. I bought it in the 1960s when I was in New York. It's the first time, and I only got pocket money. And this is the item. But let me just show what the trick is. You just give it a little spring, which is very cheap to buy, of course, and a little lozenge of colouring dye, which you put into it. And providing you've got one of the old-fashioned taps which allows you to do that, you straddle it across so that looking down, you cannot see that because you're looking down this direction here. You don't see the spring there. The effect is astonishing. They show red water coming out of it, and they show some of the horrors that mother gets when she's caught out with it. Because as you turn the tap on, I tell you, it's an extraordinary thing that happens when red or blue or any color of water comes out. You think, oh my gosh, the water's got contaminated. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, we're going to be without water for a while. But your brain goes into a spin about it. Well, here's the item itself, just to show you how simple and basic it is. It comes in a little thing like this. Inside is a tiny spring, get rusted now because it has been used a few times. I found it does actually fit across here, which is quite nice. It will take out one of the little colouring dyes, the tiny little capsules, which contain some. Hopefully, it's a food degradable one, which means it wouldn't poison you if you actually drank the red water or the blue water. And that fits across there. If I can get it to go across, there we are. Let's see if we can get that up to the camera. So there's what's known your tap, but hidden inside it is a spring inside and it's got that little piece of dye that's inside it. It only lasts a few seconds, but my gosh, it's a real shocker when you turn on the tap. Out comes brightly coloured water. Bit of fun, that. I think when we get back to studio, I must try. I want to try, red water coming out of the hot tap and blue out of the blue. Well, whatever you want to do, but mostly nowadays they have mixer taps, and you just can't do that. So you need to find the old-fashioned faucet type thing. It's a bit of fun anyway. So I've got a collection of these things, tricky taps, I call them, or silly stopcocks, or phony faucets.